Hi, folks, and welcome back to part 8 of our Nioh 2 marathon. And this episode, we are starting right away with the main mission, the Hollow Fortress. And this mission can be quite the maze.
いやー、久しぶりに力を取り戻して若返ったようですわい。おせっかいかもしれぬが、お世話させてもらいますの。
いいでしょう。我が死も懐いたようですし、この美滅びようと最後までお使いいたします。まずは稲葉山攻めで私をお試しください。
As I was saying, this level can be quite the maze. And even though I've gone through it several times, Whew. Very close. But we got him. So the cool thing is now we can use 2 Guardian Spirits, and you switch between them by holding RB and hitting LT. The way to do that is to go to the shrine, change Guardian Spirit, and we press RB. We can now use a different one. And while we're here, let's level up our magic to 7 so that now, as you can see, we get all the bonuses from our Makami, the Guardian Spirit. So we have unlocked 1, 2, 3 side missions. I will be taking a quick break and then I will be right back to finish this region, hopefully. Alright, so I do want to change the second Guardian Spirit to something that is not strength. So Makami is the one that we started with. It's pretty decent to finish the game with. Again, I am not going for, a high-end build. That being said, having 2 Brute Guardian Spirits is a bit of an overkill, so I'm gonna switch the second one to Phantom. So that in case we need the magic yokai form, we have access to it. And the lowest side mission level is 54. So we'll go ahead and try to do this one. And as I mentioned, from here on out, it is a bit blurry on what the missions are. That being said, if you do press the select button, it will give you the objective, and it is to exterminate the yokai lurking in the forest. And since there is... Oh, this is a gauntlet mission, I believe. Yep. The umbrellas, as I mentioned before, are a bit annoying. That being said, once you get one hit on them, they definitely become easier. Well, at least we didn't get hit by the burst attack. Alright, pretty good first wave overall, and we got an elixir out of that, so we don't have to go into the next wave with 3. We have 4 of them. This guy's fairly easy if you play it patiently, which admittedly I am not known for that. These enemies, as I mentioned before, are really annoying because they can be ranged, they can be melee, and while I'm getting rid of one of them in melee range, the other one is shooting missiles at me. I was really hoping I would land the hammer on that one guy because executes do destroy these guys. Unfortunate. Just switched my targets there so I can land my counter burst on this guy. Not problematic overall though. These things give free Amrita. And there is a small trick that I will be going over probably eventually. But the thing is, your yokai form depends on how much on the Amrita you get. So the yokai form will fill up using the Amrita that you collect. But there are items that give you Amrita. So you can actually use those items to fill up your gauge, and you can do that mid-fight. That is why whenever you get out of the yokai form, you'll notice that there is a small cooldown, and that's because in Nioh 1 people abused that and chained multiple it wasn't called the yokai form, it was called something else, but it was a similar idea. They were actually stronger. The equivalent to the yokai form was, oh my god, these things, man. The equivalent of the yokai form was much stronger than the yokai form. And there were many builds centered around just using that. And so the items that made it even stronger were very good and were abused quite often. Okay. These guys are, as I mentioned before, a bit dangerous. So I don't recommend staying around for more than a combo. And they are fairly resistant to fire. I think that should be it for the side mission, yep. But just to tell you what those items are, it's these things. They give 500 Amrita. Obviously, this is not going to fill up the entire gauge, but later on you get these things, for example, 2000, and then you get even better ones. And you can fill up the entire gauge just using one item. And you can still do that sometimes in Nioh 2. You can wait out the cooldown, just play super defensively, wait out the cooldown, then... I really should be changing my spirits. And use one of those items and then go into the yokai form, and you can keep doing that over and over again. Let's do this one. Put it here. And let's put this one here. And unfortunately, even though this one is very underleveled, I do not want to remove it. That being said, there's something cool about this. So let's say we have a level 25 one. And as you can see, it is soul rank 2. What you can do is sacrifice another one of the same type, and you can actually increase the rank. And as you can see, it increases the stats. So the yokai ability damage goes up from 16 to 17%, the equipment drop rate goes up, and so on. And you can do that multiple times. So we have another one in here, and as you can see, it goes up to 18%. And don't ask me again. And it is currently rank 6. And as you can see, there are 3 more, so we can make it go up to 9. And let's try to update our equipment, see if there's anything good. These are unfortunately not an improvement over our regular sword. The Odachi is a very slight improvement. We got a decent bow, we got a decent rifle. I'll go ahead and unlock this one and unlock this one because it is much better. This helmet, slightly better defense, worse stats. It is lighter. This one we actually don't even have the strength for it. I'll stick with the Iboshi for now. This one, it is lighter. It's more about magic. The one we have has terrible stats to begin with. Let's use it because it is lighter, which means we can use other equipment. For this one, let's switch to this. There we go. Just below 70%. And oops. We will offer all the other items. Get 5 elixirs. Should be enough for an extra level, actually. And I'll increase the... Oh, no, it's just 1 level. Alright. Increase the heart to 1 more point. And next up is the Shiftling's Wise Judgment. Put on it. Alright, so for this mission, there is a trophy later on that depends on you asking this guy for help. So, when you start the mission, you get the option to either ask this guy for help or Aquaman down there. Once you ask one for help, the other one disappears. So, if you don't want to redo this mission, make sure that you ask the big dude for help. You can always redo it, so it's not really that big of an issue. But if you're trying to get the achievements, trophies as fast as you can, and as you can see, the minimap glows red whenever a new enemy aggroes you. So the moment you notice that your map has turned red, it's a good idea to just put your guard up. We really need to get rid of these soul cores that we've been getting, because again, I aggroed something and I look up and it's that little zombie throwing grenades. So we'll chuck an arrow in its way. I remember these guys being this tanky. And we'll ask this cat for help. Because why not? Would rather not fight two of these, so I'll aggro this guy with an arrow. Just checking my surroundings. Yep, there's a guy up there, so what we'll do is that we'll run up here. The NPC can take care of himself, and I just took a hit that I didn't need to take because I got cocky and put my guard down. Alright, not the cleanest fight, but we got past it. And whenever you have an NPC with you, you might find the need to kill most of the enemies on the way, because otherwise they will get hung up on them. And if you actually run past them, the NPCs will run after you eventually. So it's not necessary to kill everything, but I do it just for simplicity. There is also an achievement to bathe in every hot spring and find every Kodama, which I have been ignoring. And in general, I am not doing any achievements in this run, because I have gotten all of them on the PlayStation. And as much as I really like the game, I would rather not do that again. And the reason for that is not because not because of the, you know, finding the Kodama and whatnot, but because there is an achievement that requires you to pretty much redo or just grind the missions quite a bit in the DLC. Because what you need to do is finish every DLC mission, except for the first one maybe, on the third hardest difficulty. It kind of becomes annoying. But yeah, whichever follower you choose, you will be fighting the other one in here. And I'm taking completely unnecessary hits. Remember what I said about the followers falling down in battle. So whenever they do fall in battle, make sure that you bring them up. And this guy is half yokai or full yokai, I don't know, but once you bring him down low enough, he will... Oh no. He will go into the yokai realm. I don't remember him being this hard. Or at least hitting this hard. Let's see. We can probably just run back to him. Fortunately, we won't have a lot of elixirs. God damn it. Keep forgetting the path. The NPC should teleport to us. And one thing to mention is that anytime you find yourself stuck, you can summon other NPCs through the blue graves. I haven't been doing that just because I don't feel the need. But quite frankly, I don't think it's, you know, a pride thing like a lot of the Soul players do in Dark Souls games. They're like, oh, I don't want to summon help. That's not the way. Because the Nioh games are very different from Dark Souls. The Nioh games are, in general, just about... Wow. That's pretty... Are about getting late game equipment and whatnot. So they're really just about getting as much help as you can. Usually from gear, but hey. Allies as well, because why not? So we'll try to draw the boss away from our buddy and assist him back up. If he's in the fight, then he might as well be useful. And one thing about followers is that whenever they are in the fight, they will make the enemies tougher, kind of like Diablo. And I guess this holds games to some extent as well. I think when the enemies, or when you summon someone to help you, the enemies will scale up. We get the commendation from this guy, which, as I mentioned, will be needed for another mission. That other mission will not be unlocked until you finish this one with this specific NPC. I feel like we are lacking a bit on Constitution. We probably might need to increase our strength and strength, stamina, and skill as well to 10. We'll see. Right, and here we need to find an item. I think I remember how to get to it. Be careful of this guy, because he can knock you off. Is this where we're supposed to go? I think so. Oh well. We don't need to activate the shrine, because getting rid of the yokai realm is too long, and the run, as you saw, is not that long. So even if we die, it's not terrible. That being said, this is another gauntlet. Which will end up with us fighting a revenant. And what revenants are basically invaders from Dark Souls. And if you're not familiar with the Dark Souls games, they're basically other human enemies. They look like players. They, for the most part, act like players. But obviously they are driven by AI. No, I should have kind of bursted that. As you can see, this is the Revenant. And Revenants aren't too bad. Especially not the ones with the heavy weapons, because as you can see, they are just extremely reckless with their ki. And as I mentioned before, you can abuse that, as you can see, to get multiple executes. And just like that, we are done with this mission and possibly the entire region. We'll double check when we go back to the overview map. We got the Usura Hicho, I guess, which is the spirit guardian for Nobunaga's wife. I forgot her name already. I'm not very good with names. Probably could have just checked from the screen, but if we go back to the overview or the um, area selection menu, you can see that we actually did finish soaring, and that is the second region in this game. So I'll just move on to the next region and we'll watch the cinematic, and we should be done after that.
Niohの兵隊大義である。今宵はよえ。わしは稲葉山の名を岐阜に改め、新たな拠点とし天下取りに乗り出す。
さすがは我が殿。おい、座れって。おい。はは。であればこれを機に我らにも新たな名乗りをお許しください。
シャシャリでよって身の程をわきまえ。
藤吉郎の吉、秀千代の秀で、義秀、二人で一つの名を
許す。ただし名は秀吉とせよ。二人で一つの名とは古今例がない。他に類を見ぬ働きがお主ら二人であればできよう。まさに仁王のようにな。
信長様は天下取りの第一歩として畿内の完全掌握を狙ってる。しかしこれを阻む越前の朝倉を討たねば西へは進めん。勇んで越前に向かったはいいが、遠征中に強報が届いてな。お市様が腰入れして同盟を結んだ近江の浅井が織田を裏切ったようだ。しかし苦境こそ好機。秀吉の名をさらに轟かせるためのな。
Alright, just want to say I really love the music in this game. Let's also check if we got any upgrades as far as our weapons go. This is another very good set, the Yokai Annihilator. I'll see if we can... Alright, we only have one set, or one item of it. We don't have many. These are extremely heavy, so I'm not going to be equipping them. This is pretty decent. 5 defense. I think the one I have is better. Golden Boy. Purple is better. Sure. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one where we begin with this region.